Welcome back to another episode of 40 Facts about the 40k universe. I am your host Gersh1 and you are watching One Mind Syndicate. Today we continue with part 2 of the Eldar lore. If you have not checked out the first part, please click on the link above or go to our channel and look up the first Eldar lore. So let's get into 40 facts about the Eldar. As protection against the lure of excess, and to guard against any reoccurrence of the fall, the people of the craft worlds adhere to a law known as the Path. To ensure temptation is put behind them, the philosophy often called Id Delthra, or the Path, governs every aspect of craft world life, enabling the Eldar to harness their emotional and intellectual intensity safely, without jeopardizing themselves or those around them. The Eldar are prone to emotional extremes. Perhaps the greatest difference between the ancient Eldar and their descendants is that the craft worlds have learned a fear of wanting experiences, shunning the indulgences of life. Through the rigid emotional discipline of the Path, they master their inclination towards sensation seeking, and instead focus their intellects and energies upon the pursuit of one specific goal. In adult life, every Eldar chooses for himself a discipline that he then makes his task to master. There are innumerable paths open for an Eldar to explore. Some are common as the path of the artisan, others are rare and dangerous as the path of the seer. Each offers its own follower a complete way of life. Each discipline is a path upon itself, and each path may require further choices and specializations. Once an Eldar has walked a path for long enough, he chooses another, then another. Though he forsakes each path in turn, his soul is nourished by the experiences upon it. To the Eldar, all avenues of experience are strewn with dangers, for their minds are capable of depth and understanding that goes beyond the concept of mere human obsession. When an Eldar's mind becomes so completely focused upon one thing that he can no longer make the change to another discipline, he is said to be lost upon the path. This is a frightening and final fate for all Eldar, and it can befall any of their kind, despite the discipline and training that they receive. In the case of the warrior path, these individuals are called exarchs, though there are examples that correspond to other paths, such as the Crystal Seers and the Doomed Bards of Twilight. Those Eldar who have mastered the less exotic paths are no less respected than their brethren. After all, the artisans are those who create the craft worlds themselves and their contents. The Eldar are a race beset on all sides by warfare. Young Eldar often believe they can rebuild the glory of their empire with fire and passion, but their elders know well that their shattered civilization is locked in a struggle for simple survival. Because of this unavoidable truth, more and more Eldar walk the warrior path with every passing year. The path of the warrior teaches the arts of death and destruction. In eons past, the ancient Phoenix Lords taught the art of war to both male and females, and as a result, Eldar warriors are as likely to come from either sex. As with many other, more complex paths, the warrior path is divided into many separate branches. Each of these is known as a warrior aspect, representing a different facet of the war god Cain, and bringing with it unique fighting techniques, weapons, and abilities. Each aspect upon a craft world keeps at least one shrine in which to practice the mastery of their warrior path. When the Eldar go to war, the warrior aspect fight in a predetermined role associated with their shrine. They have their own warrior garb, a form of ritual battlesuit, a distinctive weaponry, ranging from the fusion guns of the fire dragons to the sleek nightshade jet fighters of the Crimson Hunters. The aspect of warriors do not all live in the shrines, and when they put aside their ritual masks and uniforms, they can walk at peace through their craft worlds. Only the keepers of each shrine, the exarchs, live within them, unable and unwilling to escape. Some aspects, such as the slicing orbs of Sandros, are unique to a specific craft world. Other are common to most, with the most famous and well established being the Dire Avengers, the Howling Banshees, the Striking Scorpions, the Fire Dragons, the Swooping Hawks, and the Dark Reapers. From the most numerous horde to the mightiest enemy war machine, there is a group of Craftworld warriors with skills and weapons suited to annihilate it. The Eldar ideal is to eradicate those who oppose them without a single loss from their own ranks, for the usurpers are many and the Eldar are few. They cannot afford to throw away their lives in the manner of the crude races they face. Sometimes the rigid constraint of the path are intolerable even for an Eldar to bear. Such individuals leave their craft worlds and voluntarily become outcasts. Many Eldar spend years or decades in exile before they can return to the path. During this time, they must bear the terrible burden of their heightened consciousness without the protection of rigid self-discipline. Their psychic, sensitive minds are a beacon to the predatory demons and in particular to the great enemy Slaanesh, so only Eldar of especially strong character can survive for long. After years of adventure wandering and sailing the seas of space, most Eldar eventually return to the sanctuary of the path. There are many kinds of outcasts, each with a varying degree of disassociation from their kin. They leave their craft worlds to carve out lives elsewhere, some wandering the galaxy and visiting the world of men, or the Exodites of the Maiden Worlds. These nomads are welcome aboard craft worlds only briefly, for their minds are dangerously unguarded and can attract predators from the psychic realm of the warp. Outcasts are also disruptive in other senses, for simply by their presence they can distract the young and inexperienced from the path. Some Eldar yearn for the undiscovered vista of open space. They join the fleets of exploration and disappear into the warp space tunnels of the webway. The wildest of the spacefaring Eldar become Corsairs and Raiders. They often continue to trade and visit their craft world while plundering the ships of humans, orcs, and even other Eldar. These mavericks may even sometimes hire out their service to alien races, while many a voyage of exploration has turned into a military venture. As home and the Eldar path become increasingly remote, the naturally wild character of the Eldar resurfaces. Eldar pirates are quite tempered and unpredictable, equally inclined to manipulate and wanting slaughter. Fleets such as the Eldritch Raiders, the Steel Eye Reavers, and the Sunblitz Brotherhood are greatly feared across the galaxy. On occasion, Corsair fleets will join with the ships of a craft world in response to a common threat, while at other times a craft world may aid its Corsair cousins on a mission of war, all of which adds to the illusion that the Eldar as a whole are little more than a race of piratical raiders hell-bent on slaughter. While the Seer and the Warrior are two of the most visible paths of the Eldar, there are hundreds of others. Many Eldar will choose the study of an instrument or art as their path. Others might devote themselves to the development of a science or the refinement of some technology. These paths, while equally important to the survival of the Eldar, tend to be far more varied and far less all-consuming than those of a Seer and of a Warrior. Notable among the other paths is that of the Bone Singer, a title given to those that maintain and repair the psychoactive wraithbone of the Eldar craft worlds. Also noted is the path of the Marine, a path followed by those who devote themselves to crewing spacecrafts. And those were 40 facts about the Eldar. You could say it was the Eldar path that we talked about. Now subscribe to the channel to get more Eldar fluff. We have a ton more things to talk about. Now if you're an Eldar player and you know of an awesome battle that occurred, please comment down below and let me know what that battle was called so I can research it and put out an awesome battle lore video for the Eldar. Thank you for liking, commenting, and sharing this with your friends. You guys are awesome, and expect a giveaway sometime soon. See you in the next one. This was Gersh1 with One Mind Syndicate, signing out. Thank you for staying to the end of the video. I have a question for you guys today. Who do you think would win in a fight inside our battle pit? If it was a group of Eldar from a craft world and the Protoss, or a group of Protoss from the StarCraft universe. Please comment down below with your answer, and at the end of the week we will gather all the results from all the different battles within the battle pits, and we will put out a video either Saturday or Sunday. So please comment down below. Can't wait to hear what you guys have to say, and I'll catch you in the next one.